One of the most unique businesses we've seen is Ellen's, a high-end, high-class bridal and dress shop in a small town. Why is Ellen's important to Wabash?
One of the things we've heard from the very beginning is that the population of Wabash is going to struggle to support all of the small businesses. And I feel like Ellen's is such a beautiful shop and that kind of an industry, people are willing to travel in for it. So I think they can help be a differentiator for Wabash to bring in tourism. That is if they can continue to stay in business, which is something that I think we can help them with.
Small towns across the country are fighting for their survival, with the odds stacked against them. But what happens if we join that fight? If we dedicate a little money, a lot of experience, and thousands of hours of work into one small town, focusing on the businesses at the heart of their main street. Nearly 10,000 people wrote in to tell us about their favorite community, and the country voted for one winner. Now, marketing expert Amanda Brinkman and her team at Deluxe are going to work for the people of Wabash, Indiana. And they've brought along entrepreneur Robert Herjavec to help revitalize the town. Every episode, we're working with a new small business to see if we can change the odds. If together, we can start a revolution.
Since I was a young girl, I've always loved fashion, which is a little tricky in Indiana. It's not New York City or Chicago. The local bridal salon was closing down, and so I knew there was going to be a gap there. It was a good time in my life. I was ready for a career change. I thought that would be a great way to mesh together my love of fashion and creativity and helping others at a really special time in their life. It can be very overwhelming to find your bridal gown. I get a lot of joy in just making it simple for them. Little girl, have you been dreaming about what your dream wedding dress is going to be?
I just want to feel like a bride.
Okay.
I just want to feel, I want very elegant, just princess bride.
This is your one time where all eyes are going to be on you.
Yeah.
What do you want them to see?
I think this is it. Yeah, this is it.
The bridal business, where my true passion and true love is. But prom is becoming a bigger and bigger deal all the time. And I want them to have that pampered princess feeling while they're here. It's almost like they become my daughter when they're here.
Lisa definitely gives you like a confidence booster. She tells you you look beautiful in the dress, or like if that color looks great on you, it really brings out your eyes. She just makes you feel pretty.
We see those prom girls becoming our brides one day. And if you get an invitation to a wedding that you've helped the girl select her dress, it's moments like that where you think, that's why I'm doing this.
It's easy to see why Lisa's clients love her shop so much and why people are willing to travel to Wabash for that experience. But it can't be easy to keep clients coming in the door. Ellen's is a low-volume, big-ticket business, and the median household income in Wabash County is less than $45,000 per year, which is about 15% below the national average. I'm heading down to the shop on Canal Street, in a part of town that really needs to keep developing if Wabash is going to grow, so I can sit down with Lisa and get a feel for how things are going. You are helping women with one of the most important days of their entire life. What a blessing to be a part of that journey with them.
There is just a smile and a glow that bride gets. And to help small hometown girls have that special boutique experience.
Mm-hmm. When you're thinking about your business, what keeps you up at night?
Getting people to understand they can come to Wabash for a dress. How can I get the word out there that I'm here? Things are really fun and really good here from January through May. But then the end of May hits and those weddings and certainly the proms dry up. It's tricky sometimes to find cash flow during those slower times of the year. I should be on social media. I should be posting probably multiple times a day. And I do good to get on there a couple of times a week. You know, I even have people here in Wabash, prom season. A little girl told me, I didn't even know you were here. I didn't know you had prom dresses. You know, and I'm right here.
Yeah, it's just such a beautiful store. More people need to be shopping here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm not where I want to be as far as knowing my business, knowing my statistics, and knowing that you were coming to town has forced me to sit down and put that all together.
Lisa's worried about the same thing so many small business owners worry about. Actually, across the country, nearly 70% of businesses will tell you that they spend more time trying to get people in the door than anything else. And with things like social media and search marketing, you've got a lot more options now, but it's also a lot more complicated.
If I told you how far behind my books were right now, you would probably cringe. And when you don't know your numbers, you don't know if you're making money or not, and you don't know how to project in 6 months what you ought to be buying for the store. The dream would be to have the cash flow to hire more people so that I could focus more on the business end. But the cash just isn't there to do that. And so you end up wearing a lot of hats, and that spreads yourself pretty thin, and then you think, am I doing anything well? Failure isn't an option, and no one wants that. You don't want to admit you couldn't make it. But one of the things I would really hate to tell you is that I still don't pay myself. Just to think that there is a possibility that we could grow Ellen's and grow Wabash and bring more people here. We all know it's great. We just want to get that word out and share it with everyone.
Yeah. Well, that's a lot of heavy lifting for one business. It feels like maybe the solution is something around creating Wabash as this bridal destination.
I think that's a great idea.
Help all of the business of Wabash.
That'd be awesome. It would just be so wonderful. It'd be a dream come true.
Good morning. You're listening to 105.9 The Bash. Hey, if you're in the line of work that's got anything to do with like weddings, and you want to be at Get Nailed this morning, because Robert and Amanda from the Main Street Revolution are actually down there today working with some of the savviest wedding entrepreneurs in town to make Wabash a one-stop bridal shopping destination.
This is Lisa.
Hi, welcome to Wabash.
Thank you.
We're going to get your nails done.
Yeah. They're really bad. I bite my nails. It's really.
That is a travesty.
I know. I know.
Well, good morning, ladies. Thank you for coming.
Good morning.
So we wanted to talk a little bit about an idea that we've had. In talking with Lisa from Ellen's, we feel if we could bring multiple businesses together to bring brides to Wabash to plan their wedding, that could benefit all of you.
What makes somebody come here? What's the draw? Because that's the key.
I think the idea that we're all very close and they don't have to like drive 8 miles to that one and 10 miles to that one. We're all like, what, 3 blocks? And there's a lot to see because it's so historic too.
So that's really good.
Co-branding is something you see a lot, even from really big companies. It can be a great strategy because when you put the right brands together, not only are you diffusing the cost of the marketing, you're elevating both brands by associating them with one another.
So how does someone start then? Because we have to make it as easy as possible for people coming to town.
I wonder if it's just around the messaging and marketing. If we kind of present them with the concept, literally kind of running through the agenda, like come stay at our beautiful boutique hotel, go get your nails done with your girlfriends, pick out your dress, go and plan your wedding as part of a weekend getaway.
From the pampering, to the fun shopping, to the checking things off your wedding list, to just the feel of the small town, the quaintness of the small town, and put that all together, advertise it that way in a lump sum.
So it feels like you could plan your wedding here.
Absolutely.
We think this team approach is a great way to get more people into Lisa's shop and into Wabash in general. But Lisa's also struggling with things like cash flow and accounting, and she still isn't paying herself 4 years in. So there's something else going on. I want to bring Robert into the shop to take a look at the numbers. We're excited to be in the dress shop.
Beautiful shop.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about the business. What are your sales so far here, Dan?
To date, we're at 125.
Wow.
I know.
So you got to be profitable, right?
Getting there, yes.
Oh, you're not?
No.
Why?
Investing in the new inventory. We have pretty significant minimums we have to purchase in the bridal industry. So twice a year I'm purchasing about 30 gowns. And these millennial brides, they want choices. They want lots of choices. There's probably 80,000 of inventory hanging there now.
How did the business generate enough money for you to get 80,000 in inventory?
I have a loan.
Right now you have a cash flow problem, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Right? Big
Yes. Yes.
one. Right?
Yes.
How big is your loan?
Right at 90,000.
At the end of the year, will you have enough cash to buy next year's inventory, or will you have to get another loan?
It will be a struggle.
There's a bus coming, and that bus is going to run you over, and it's called inventory.
Okay.
For you to fix your way out of this challenge, it's not called a problem, it's a challenge, you would have to increase your sales almost 4 times. This is a tough one, but there's a business here. It just means you got to adjust.
Now, I'm willing to learn.
Yeah, every great business pivots. And so typically what I do when I encounter something like this, I say, I got to get more data. So how many local weddings are there?
I do not know.
We should know that.
We should.
Because that would be your addressable market.
I could find out, like through the courthouse, how many marriage licenses are applied for.
Easy.
Very.
Because if you need to sell 30 alert dresses to make money, and the total sold in the whole state is 35, you're not going to get there.
Right.
But if there's more people getting married and your sales are low,
I need to choose a different line.
yes, maybe you need to change your line to accommodate what those people are buying.
I've got a fellow shark, Damon, that was in the bridal business, and he actually got out of it because it was so tough. Those minimum purchase requirements were killing him.
I think we have a great product here. I think we have a great atmosphere that the brides are looking for. We just got to get them in the door.
I think it's a great business. I think, though, that we got to get the volume up because you're kind of stuck within the confines of the way it works. And I think Amanda's had some great ideas on that.
I'm super excited about that partnership.
You know, most small businesses you can scale depending on your sales. And then there are other businesses that have a minimum floor, meaning here's how much it costs me to run my business no matter what my sales are. That's her business because she's got to buy these inventory levels. She's the only business around here that has that challenge.
So I feel like there are two things we need to do around helping Ellen's. One is, you know, she's a part of the group that will benefit from Wabash being thought of as a bridal planning destination, and then stuff we can actually do for her as well.
I love the interior of the store. I love the back wedding area. Did you find the front wasn't quite the same experience as behind?
I think we need to get her a new door, and they just feel very industrial, and I think she needs something that's as elegant as she is and as the store is. She's doing a good job with her social media today, but I feel like just getting her a more regular content plan that she's constantly posting will help her. And a lot of small business owners struggle with that. It just takes so much time. So we can get her set up with different systems that allow her to preload her content.
It's a great idea.
But, you know, I think she just has such a beautiful shop. We want to get more people in there. It feels like the difference of experience for such a special decision.
Personal service is so hard. It's so hard to get somebody to notice and market until they meet you.
That's where I feel like reviews are really going to be helpful online because it can help point out the difference that a personalized experience like that can make for bridal planning.
You know, we had a pretty serious discussion. I mean, that inventory is a serious thing, but she knew her numbers better than most, only because she knew the numbers and she told them to us. Could we tell her, you're spending too much money on inventory, but it's a function of your industry?
She has the right DNA to make it work, but it's figuring out how to get sales up.
And you know what I think?
Tell me what you think.
I think you gotta go to Minneapolis.
And get her done.
Get her done.
We've got a lot we need to accomplish for Ellen's. Website, social media, print ads, PR. And that doesn't even include finding a local contractor to work on her facade. All of these pieces have to happen at the same time, and they all need to fit together in a way that makes sense. So we're headed back to Deluxe to see if we can pull it off.
With Lisa, she can't do it all herself. So I think partnering and turning Wabash into a bridal destination is really smart.
We could create a community that other businesses in the area could all become a part of, where people can ask each other questions about the wedding process and really build a family around the brand of Ellen's.
We can help her refreshing her website, running marketing campaigns to help promote her shop, and get her to that point where she writes her first check to herself.
If we look at her current logo, I think we could really simplify it and just make it more modern and elegant. The other thing was simply switching bridal and dress around. In her original logo, you can see it's dress and bridal boutique. So it's a really simple positioning thing that makes a big difference.
This is the wireframe I put together for Ellen's homepage. Really, the key pieces of content are the expertise around Lisa as a bridal consultant.
So it'd be great to continue to help her boost reviews. So going back to some of her past clients, but incentivizing people moving forward as well. 3/4 of people read reviews before making a purchase decision, and almost 90% of consumers actually trust online reviews as much as personal recommendations.
So the goal of the website is to get people in the door by really convincing them that staying in Wabash, you're going to have the same experience as if you go to Indianapolis or even New York. Uncompromised.
Hi, this is Cameron Potts calling from Deluxe. I've got a really good story for Indiana Bride magazine I wanted to talk to you about.
So shortly after you folks left, I took to what I call my Facebook network, and that has prompted talk about how can we bring improvement to the entire industry. So it's really like a small business revolution within the bridal industry.
We've been talking about Ellen's for weeks now. We've been putting together plans, and it feels like those plans are coming to life.
Hi, Lisa.
Hi, Lisa.
How are you?
How are you? Nice Nice to see you.
Well, I'm so excited to show you what we've been doing outside.
Yes, we're excited to see.
So excited. First thing, the new sign, which is just awesome.
I love it. Looks
Yes, so this
elegant.
is the new logo.
It's perfect. And you may notice our new door.
Beautiful.
Thank you. It just makes a statement. Our old door looked like a grocery store, and now it feels like you're walking into a store where you're going to have a very elegant experience. When you were in before, you asked me how many marriage licenses were issued in the area.
Yes.
And
curious.
so immediately I went and found out there's almost 1,600. So,
Wow.
So
Talk
see
about the size
potential.
of the opportunity. Wow,
Yeah.
that's great.
Tell Robert a little bit about the expo and,
Yeah, I was
and
gonna
the
ask,
success
you
of
had
the
an
Facebook.
expo.
We did. Actually, it was an event called National Bridal Day Sale. We invited several vendors from Wabash that will be a part of our wedding package planning, and they were there to help the brides really plan their entire wedding that day at the sale.
How many people came?
80, 85 people through
And you
the
sold
door.
20 dresses?
We did.
Not only were there people, but they were buying customers.
Right, correct. Yes.
All for a $200 investment on Facebook. I mean, it really
That's
benefited.
it?
It was phenomenal.
Wow. And did you get any headway in terms of working with inventory?
There is a really exciting group called BOSS that is forming, Bridal Owners Seeking Sustainability. So to be
Boss.
sustainable and profitable.
So you're getting together to help run the industry better. I love to hear that. Oh my gosh, when I was here last time, Lisa had some real big challenges in terms of inventory and vendors. She took that help we tried to offer her, and she came back and she listened to it, and she made the place better.
All right, so I have some stuff to show you. So this is your current site. And one of the things that's really missing is you. I mean, your biggest differentiator is the experience that you give people and your expertise. And so we want that to come through throughout the site. You ready?
Wow.
Wow.
This is the
It
site.
looks great.
Oh, it does. It's
Oh
fabulous.
my gosh.
People want to see what the actual store is going to look like. So we are infusing the new photography throughout the site. And we want to tell
Wow.
your story right away, your philosophy. You talk about, Midwest brides getting that big city experience. And you deliver that here. And so we want the experience of the site to communicate that as well.
I think what I'm most excited about is how it steps a bride through what her visit would be like. There's a lot of intimidation involved in coming to look for your wedding gown. It's been built up as the most important garment of your life. If they can get a feel for that before they ever walk through that door, I think they'll be more at ease and more excited about coming.
So these are some print ads. We have the Francis shop listed for Mother of the Bride, get nailed for a fun nail experience while you're in town, and then right down here and ask for Lisa to start planning your perfect getaway.
When I first started out and you would thumb through a bride magazine, you'd think your dream is someday to be in there. And so to see this is just...
I'm so pleased that you like it. We are actually going to do a media buy for you as well. We want to make sure that we get this ad out there.
That's awesome because that's so hard to fit into the budget.
It is.
So
it is.
That's just... Whew.
Now I've got something really fun to show you. How about beautiful packaging?
Oh my goodness, it's like New York City.
Yeah.
Oh!
This is the new logo that we
Yes.
designed.
It's classy, black and
The
white.
white trim.
Can you just see these walking down the street?
Yeah,
how great
absolutely.
is that?
It's such a great.
Yes. To see your name on something like this is just
That's really cool.
phenomenal.
Yeah. You've made her a big player in what we actually now know it's a much bigger market.
You can show up big online. She looks as professional as a big city bridal shop, and which is so great because it reflects what she actually delivers in terms of experience in the shop. All right, we have one other surprise for you.
I'm not sure I can take any more.
No? Okay. Well, we'll see.
All right.
So one of the things that we were very moved by is how many brides' lives you have touched. You've been working so hard, and we want to just take a pause and a time out and realize the impact you've had on people's lives. Okay?
Okay.
So we've asked a few people to help us tell you that story.
Okay.
Hi Lisa, it's Jen Weaver here, and I just wanted to take a little bit of an opportunity to tell you how much I truly appreciate everything that you did, not only for me, but for my family and for Ellie.
Thank you, Lisa, for helping me pick out the perfect prom dress. You've showed me that every girl that walks into your store is uniquely beautiful, and you show them that every day.
You can tell yourself for a long time it's worth it, but when yours is the only voice as you hear encouraging you, it's a struggle. I was really doing a lot of soul searching of, is this really worth it? But just going through all of this and digging deeper and learning how to really run a business, I definitely have a renewed commitment to being a success. I just think we're a real store now. We are legit. We know what we're doing here, and we can give a really awesome service to these brides.
We're all very proud of you.
Thank you. And that just puts it all in perspective and is why I do what I do. So.
We have a few more people who want to say thank you.
I always find great leaders are always learning. It takes a big person to look at your faults, rise up to them, and make things better. And she really did that.
This feels so rewarding to know that you're making a difference in a person's life. You know, she loves what she does, and she's in turn blessing and touching so many other people's lives. To be able to help her do that for more people, it just feels so rewarding.
You get to see people's dreams become actuality, and that's what we're doing here. Join us next time where we go to Filament Tattoo, run by a former pastor. Should be interesting.